Really proud of my kids, proud of how they competed, proud of how they played. Just left the practice facility. They're back at it again today. These kids are grinders, man. They work so hard. Never satisfied. They stay at it. So I'm just saying I'm proud of my kids. I'm proud of how they fight. I'm proud of how they compete. I'm proud of how they understand. They show some maturity that we still got so much softball left to play and so much good things ahead of us. We have to keep working and just keep getting better. And my buddy over here, Coach Robichaux, keeps hitting those milestones. 1,100. You know, to me, we talked about it, you know, the last time when he hit 1,000, that the number that's not the significant thing. The significant thing when you look at what that number represents. Now I think people, they see the stadium and they see the rankings and they see the budget and they see all of that stuff. But I think a lot of people don't understand the context with which Tony has been able to pursue excellence over all those years. I can remember throughout my 17 years that there was a time where his assistant coach was our grounds guy. I also remember times during those however many years where in the previous administration where we got to January and the spring sports budget was cut to zero. We had raised every penny. The fact that this man, he never whined, he never complained, he never made excuses, he just put his head down and he soldiered on, and he just kept dreaming about a program, dreaming about building something special, and taking care of his guys. And Tony, you've been a mentor to me and Steph. You, as somebody who's graduated from here, you make me proud every day. I'm proud to be a Cajun. I'm proud to be on this journey. I'm proud of who you are. I'm proud of what you represent. I'm proud of the way you go about your business every day. And you are a model and an example for all of us. And I know it's not about the numbers to you. It's about how you go about your business, and it's about the values that you set for not only your players but this university and also our children and our community. It's how you do it. So cheers, congratulations. Hopefully you get 1,000 more. How are you young? You're a young man. I think you got about 1,000 more in you. Tony is one of the pieces in this department that we continue to celebrate. With that, anybody got anything for me?
Coach, talk about the opportunity to play Texas A&M into the 5 in the country. So that's a good test for you guys.
We've had some good battles over the last couple years, so hopefully it'll be fun, you know. It'll be fun to be at their place, and they do a lot of the same things that we do, and they have a lot of the same dreams that we have, and a lot of our kids know their kids. A lot of those Texas kids, you know, they like that A&M stuff. It don't mean nothing to me being from Louisiana. I don't even know what that means. Those Texas kids get excited about that, so I think it'll be a good game. It'll be good for the fans. I think it'll be a good test for the players. And this team, I don't think people remember this at this part of the season. This team is still learning. This team is still growing. A lot of young kids on this team that are still every time out or learning and growing and getting better. So it's kind of why we did it at this point. Get them on the road again and give them a little taste of that environment. And no matter what side we come out of it on, it's an opportunity to learn and grow from it.
Talk a little about TJ Sanders. Now 6 Grand Slams on the season. Just her clutch ability to step in and get it done.
In the first game, Friday, they decided after, I don't remember what she did, but she pounded one off the fence or she did something, and they decided to pitch around her. So to start game 2, we moved, which we'd been talking about and thinking about for a long time. We moved her up to the 2-hole to give her some protection. And both times she came to bases loaded. And both times she came up bases loaded, and they had to pitch to her. And even if they didn't, she was protected. We had protection behind her. And if she squares it, man, see you. I mean, that's the kind of hitter she is. If she squares it, she's going to do some damage. But I made this point the last couple of times, and I make it again. It's not just what she's doing offensively. It's what she's doing defensively. And then it's what she's doing as a leader and what she's doing in that locker room. So I know people just want to look at the home runs and label her as a home run hitter, but that kid is able to do it in all aspects.
I know you're not like past A&M, but just give us a little bit of a preview for Georgia State.
You know, we sound like broken records, us too, but Chris, that's why I let Chris come up here, because I'm like Tony. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just going to tell you about my team. And I can tell you what we were just working on in the indoor, and I can tell you what we're going to work on tomorrow, and I can tell you what we're going to work on Thursday, and tell you the things that we have to keep doing in order to be a good team. So right now, I don't spend a lot of my time and energy. And it's like Tony says, it's no disrespect. It's no disrespect to our opponents. It's just, I guess we're just old school, you know, that's just, either we're not smart enough to focus on our team and the other team, or maybe we are smart. Maybe we are smart by just focusing on our team. I'd rather do it like that. That's just the way that I like doing it. I like focusing on my guys. I like staying locked in on my girls. I like grinding with them, and I let Chris handle that. It's his job to focus on the opponent, and my job is to stay focused on us.
What are some of the things that you're working on?
We got a long list, man. We do. We have a long list of things that we have to do, and it's nothing new. It's something that I've been talking to y'all about since the beginning. That you can have the spotlight put on one kid, but that's not going to do it. I mean, you have to be solid 1 through 9, and we have to be able to make some adjustments in the backside of this lineup. We do, and we have to get. I've been saying it all year. We have a short lineup. We have to get some more people consistent and contributing to what we're trying to do. Alex Stewart did a great job this weekend. People say she struggled. That kid spent Monday and Tuesday in the hospital. So for her to come out and show the kind of guts that she did this weekend, to me, was unbelievable. And then that young freshman, she's close to getting another pitch, which she's trying to do during the course of the season, but that's something that we've talked about during the season, that she's got to find some secondary pitches, and she's working on that. Then our speed game, you know, our speed game was great. Was great on Friday, and then it doesn't show up on Saturday, so we have to be more consistent there. The defense was amazing. I don't know if y'all saw on SportsCenter the catch that kid made, but they had about 3 or 4 web gems during the course of that weekend defensively. We have played pretty good defensively. You know, I just thought, that was I think of our 5 or 6 losses that we have this year, 5 of them are in one-run games. We have some opportunities to manufacture a run, and sometimes we don't show enough maturity. We don't show enough discipline to be able to do it. And everybody wants to talk about, the home run. Sometimes you have to be able to manufacture a run, and we work very hard on that. People think that our MO is just hitting the ball out of the park, strike people out, hit the ball out of the park, strike people out, but that's not how we play. Trust me, I like hitting the ball out of the park, and I like striking people out, but when it comes down to it, he says the same thing. I mean, it's all the same stuff: pitching, defense, timely hitting. Being smart, playing smart, and in our sport, I say this before, and I think people think I'm being sarcastic, which I'm not. In our sport, we don't get to call timeout and call the team over and call a play for our best player. We're going to go, timeout, okay. That's why Friday, the doubleheader Friday, and then the game Saturday, we change pitchers, we change umpires. The game is different. The dynamics of what's happening is all different. You can't say, "Hey, time out, DJ, come up to bat." Okay, we're gonna run. We're gonna give DJ 35 touches this game. She gets her 4 bats. And in our sport, we have to be, we can't develop our offense where we say, okay, we're going to give it to our best player every play. I mean, that's not the way our game works. Everybody has to produce, and everybody has to be consistent. And when you have weaknesses and weak spots, you get exposed. That's the opponent's job, is to expose you. So our sport is about being strong defensively and offensively, not all the way through. You talk about DJ's having a special year, and Leah's having a special year, and Haley's having a special year, and that kid behind the plate is doing a great job, and Kara's tough. But you got to keep counting. You got to get to 9. In our sport, you have to get to 9, and 5's not good enough. And then in the circle, you have to have 2 or 3 kids that can shut people down. So just be, okay, this one kid can do it. And then you're going to rely on her all the time. The things that we're working on always, all the time. Today, tomorrow, 5 years ago, 5 years from now. Get more consistent, developing more depth. Get more consistent, developing more depth. And yeah, celebrating our great players and understanding how good they've gotten and how good they are and how dominant they are at this point in the game, but also understanding that it's not a sport and it's not a game where you're going to ride one person. Got to overcome the coaching, man. You know that. What a special kid. Haley is the heart and soul of this team. She's the leader. She's the heart. She's the soul. She's the mama. She's the counselor. She's the sergeant. I mean, she's all of it. She's the coach on the field. That kid is amazing. She is a wonderful, amazing kid. She's so selfless, yet she's so competitive. She wants to win all the time, every pitch. She wants to win at marbles. She wants to win at everything. She's an amazing kid. And she doesn't only win on the field, she wins in the classroom. She wins in the advisory committee. She served on the advisory committee, the community service that she's done. Just the things that kid is and what she represents and who she is and how she competes, she's amazing. I love that kid. I've stood by her through thick and thin, and she deserves it. And she's been amazing. And it's not just her numbers. People think, oh, it's her numbers. No, it's not her numbers. It's who. That's what we just talked about with Tony. It's who she is. It's who she represents. It's the way she competes. It's how she cares about people around her. It's about how she makes people better. She's amazing. On senior day, that's going to be one that's going to be hard for me to take. When that kid hangs her cleats up, that's going to be a tough one. And yeah, maybe she hasn't got the spotlight and the notoriety and all that, but that kid has been the glue and the heart and soul for a lot of years and a lot of times. That's a special, special kid.